to express themselves and their views without the fear. Kaun jeetega Jammu and Kashmir? Congress alliance has a clear edge.
Views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar. Hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now in a few days from now, all eyes will be on Jammu and Kashmir, the state that goes to the polls for the first time after a decade. In fact, the first time since the state was reduced to a union territory and Article 370 was removed. Jammu and Kashmir will have an election to a legislative assembly. And because Jammu and Kashmir is a state that has been caught up in so much of conflict and violence over the years and the battles between India and Pakistan, all eyes will be on Jammu and Kashmir. So the big question, kaun jeetega Jammu and Kashmir? That's the question I'm going to answer on the Straight Bat because I've just returned from the Kashmir Valley. Let me bring you my 10 key takeaways. Listen to each very carefully. Takeaway number 1. The Kashmir Valley, my friends, is certainly more peaceful and calm than I have seen it in a very long while. No stone throwing after the Friday prayers at Jama Masjid, far fewer incidents of terror in the valley. More tourists came in the last 1 year alone, more than 2 million by one account in 2023. Lal Chowk, which was once seen as where the separatists could shut down all the shops, is buzzing. They may even get a Burger King and Domino's, I'm told, in Lal Chowk. All very good. And we could give a thumbs up to the Modi-Shah government on that score. But while the violence has ebbed, and this is my second point, while the violence has ebbed in the valley in the last 5 years, but the fear and anger has not gone. Listen to this carefully, friends. If anything, the Kashmir Valley is frozen in fear and anger even now. I saw this, in fact, at the Jama Masjid in Srinagar itself, when Mirwais Omar Farooq wasn't allowed to deliver his Friday sermon, but was placed under house arrest yet again. And the anger among the people there was visible. No one wanted to speak out openly. As one of them told me, if we do, we will be arrested and you're not going to come to help us. I could see that under this surface calm, there is pent-up fury. Truth is, my friends, Kashmir has been calmed, but it has been calmed by force, by the force of greater security. Takeaway number 3. Since we spoke about Mirwais Omar Farooq, let me say this. He and the separatists have been stifled, controlled, marginalized. They were all part of the Hurriyat conference, which once saw itself as the interlocutor with the center, which was seen to be pro-Pakistani. The back of the Hurriyat has been broken. The separatists have been reined in, which many would say is a good sign. The not so good sign, my friends, is that the separatist mindset on the street is still alive. Many people still believe, when you really push them, that they want more space to express themselves and their views without the fear of being thrown into prison. Takeaway number 4. People are tiring of the gun culture that has destroyed the Kashmir Valley over the last 3 decades. And this, for me, is the most heartening feature that I saw. In fact, the sight that pleased me most when I was in Kashmir this time was watching the Bij Behara Premier League in Anantnag. The entire stadium was full, mainly young people, and they were more excited than I have seen them in a very long time. And it was really good and reassuring to see when the people choose a cricket bat over a gun, you know that maybe we are inching forward. Takeaway number 5. We are, my friends, a long way from a situation, sadly, where Kashmiri Pandits can feel safe and confident to return to their homes. Don't forget, in 1990, there were 77,000 Kashmiri families. Today, there are less than 800. For all the talk of Kashmiriyat, sadly, the fact is that there has been a deep rupture, a chasm between the Kashmiri Muslims and the Kashmiri Pandits, and that can't be bridged easily. You only would need a Mahatma Gandhi or a Nelson Mandela like figure who could genuinely bring truth and reconciliation. And sadly, we don't have these great souls amongst us. Takeaway number 6. Very few in Kashmir lament the removal of Article 370. Let me say that again. Very few people that I meet are upset that Article 370 that gave special status to Jammu and Kashmir has been removed. What they lament and feel sad about is the downsizing of a state into a union territory. You see, this is what was seen as an act of collective punishment by a strong government at the center, one which is seen to have hurt, therefore, the self-respect of average Kashmiris like little else. And this is where the anger, in a sense, against the center continues to boil, because you have reduced a state to a union territory. Takeaway number 7. While many people I met liked and appreciated the road building projects that are coming up across the valley, like the idea that the Narendra Modi government says that it is committed to Vikas or development in the valley, the truth is, my friends, you do not win hearts in the Kashmir Valley by concrete roads alone, but instead by what Atal Bihari Vajpayee once said, Insaniyat, Jamhuriyat, humanity and democracy. Kashmir, my friends, has seen neither in the last 5 years. Therefore, the human touch that you need to reach out to people, to listen to people, is sorely missing. Simply having a lieutenant governor as your representative sitting in a Raj Bhavan is not going to build that divide that exists on the ground between the people and their leaders. Takeaway number 8. For all the talk that we've heard in the last 5 years of Naya Kashmir or a new Kashmir, one of the weaknesses is that there is still little sign of investment or jobs being created for local Kashmiris. Most of the young people you meet maintain they have limited opportunities in the state. They are crying out for equal opportunity. What is even more worrying is in recent years, drugs and the narcotic trade is becoming a menace across Kashmir. What we saw in Punjab a few years ago is happening in Kashmir too. Takeaway number 9. As you can see, I have still not answered the question I started off with. Kaun jeetega Jammu and Kashmir elections? Who will win Kashmir? Well, as you can see, I've left it for the end. Let me tell you what I think will happen. What I have seen, National Conference Congress Alliance has a clear edge in the 47 seats of the valley. The BJP is not in the race at all in the valley at the moment. And therefore, what is it doing? It is desperately trying to prop up independents, smaller parties to split the vote. It's a tactic that is unlikely to succeed. Truth is, my friends, this is the one state, and listen to this carefully again, where Rahul Gandhi's Mohabbat ki Dukaan message is resonating. This is in Kashmir Valley that I'm talking about. The Congress lacks an organization on the ground, but it does have a message and messenger that is resonating. The National Conference is the old party. It still has an organization on the ground, but its leadership of the Abdullahs is clearly no longer quite so strong or credible as it was seen in the past. Frankly, I saw people have no great affection for the families that once dominated Kashmir. The mainstream valley parties, be it the National Conference or Mehbooba Mufti and the PDP, are all in a sense on notice. The X factor, therefore, in this milieu is someone like Engineer Rashid, who's just come out of jail where he was charged under UAPA. Remember, he won the North Kashmir Lok Sabha seat, defeating Omar Abdullah and Sajjad Lone while being in prison. There is huge sympathy for him. The question is, how many seats can he win through this sympathy? And therefore, what role will he play, particularly in North Kashmir, in this election? Finally, and this is my 10th point, this election, my friends, won't be won or lost in the Kashmir Valley and its 47 seats, but in the Jammu region, which has 43 seats. Remember, it is in Jammu, especially the upper reaches of Jammu, that we have seen a spate of terror attacks in recent times, once again tragically sponsored by Pakistan. It's in Jammu that we've seen protests against jobs for locals going to outsiders, businesses being taken away, where there is a sense among Jammuites of being left behind almost entirely. So unless the BJP can hold on to its bastion in Jammu, it will be Advantage Congress National Conference Alliance in the elections of Jammu and Kashmir. Let me say that again. Unless the BJP can hold on and dominate the Jammu region, it is clearly Advantage Congress National Conference in this election. As a postscript though, let me say this. Who wins or who loses in Kashmir matters less than the fact that whoever comes to power will find that this is a region that isn't easy to govern even at the moment. Kashmir, my friends, continues to sit on a volcano. Please don't be fooled, therefore, by the still waters of the lovely Dal Lake. They only conceal the turbulence that lies beneath. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.